I'm using my privilege as mayor now to change the agenda just slightly, and that is to ask to wait on the resolution authorizing application for the MTF shared use bike path. Two members of council have asked for time to make public statements. Mr. Barlow.
Okay, I'm going to introduce a statement that Borough Council is going to vote on concerning an event that's going to occur on the Penn State campus on November 3rd. An organization called Uncensored America is sponsoring an event called Pray Away the Gay with an outside speaker who's well known. His picture's plastered all over campus. I'm not going to mention his name. I am going to say he has he calls himself a comedian, but as the author Terry Pratchett once wrote, when you make fun of the powerful, that's satire. When you make fun of those who are hurting, that's bullying. And that's what this basically is. And so I'm going to now read an authorization or a statement about this. In agreement with the recommendation of our GB2 Advisory Committee, the presidents of and vice president of the UPUA, the president of the Queer and Trans People of Color, and the co-presidents of Lion Pride, we express the strong support of State College Borough of their statement condemning an event called Pray Away the Gay, sponsored by the Penn State student organization Uncensored America on the Penn State campus on November 3rd. This event features a professional far-right provocateur who's been banned from Facebook and Twitter, and who is a known supporter of the destructive practice of conversion therapy. In their words, the provocateur speech preaches anti-LGBTQ plus rhetoric, refers to himself as ex-gay, often ridicules Islam, feminism, and social justice. This event brings hate, bigotry, and exclusion to the Penn State campus and to State College Borough. On December 5th, 2016, State College Borough adopted Resolution 1176, condemning Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, xenophobia, sexism, and homophobia in rhetoric and action, restating the borough's commitment to serving all people and committing to supporting, promoting, and standing up for the values of inclusion, equity, and justice. In previous years, we became the first municipality in Center County to ban discrimination in housing and employment based on gender preference. In 2018, by a unanimous vote of Borough Council, the Borough State College banned conversion therapy. As the Borough Council has asserted repeatedly over the years, the Borough is working for an inclusive community that welcomes all. It's a cornerstone of our strategic plan. Consistent with the values that inform these actions, State College Borough joins these several student organizations in condemning the message and intent of the Pray Away the Gay event at Penn State. We also join these organizations in endorsing the Love is Louder event at Heritage Hall at the Robeson Center from 6 to 10 p.m. on November 3rd as a way to give support to the LGBTQ plus community. Thank you. I ask for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Barlow. Just we have another speaker before a motion. Mr.
Sure. Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, President Barlow. I think, like the rest of us, we find what President Barlow just talked about to be repugnant. Pray away the gay. The speech has gained much attention, which I suppose is the point of why it's being done. Some say it's free speech. It's not. It's hate speech. And more than that, it's violent speech meant to intimidate and do harm. The US Constitution doesn't give us any right to yell fire in a crowded theater or advocate violence. That is not protected by the Constitution. The Supreme Court has ruled on this many times. as Texas Senator Ted Cruz attempted to do several days ago when he defended Nazi salutes on the very same day as the anniversary of the attack on the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh, we can see how hate speech can lead directly to action. Penn State's stand that this is protected belies reality. And I noticed that the representatives of Penn State were here for one thing, but they've decided to leave the meeting and not listen to this, I guess. Pray away the gay. What exactly does away mean? Where do gay people go when they go away? What do those invoking the name of God expect to happen to members of the LGBTQ community? As President Barlow has stated, the borough has taken a stand after stand and passed laws to protect the LGBTQ community, along with other marginalized people. And we need to continue that protection. What would we do if we said, or if it was said, pray away the Jews, pray away the Muslims, pray away the blacks, whoever you want to fill in? No, people do not have a constitutional right to incite violence. It's against the law. So I want to endorse what President Barlow has proposed, so I will move that as a motion.
Before we do that, let me just make several comments. One procedural. Before we do that, council must vote to allow the addition of this another item, the item that's just discussed, to the agenda. So do I have a motion to add this to the agenda? Okay, and you have, yeah, okay. So it's moved and seconded to add this question to the agenda. Now I will entertain a motion. All in favor of adding to the agenda?
Oh, yes.
Okay, everybody's yes?
Aye.
Aye. All right, now we'll have a motion to support President Barlow's statement.
So moved.
Yes. All right, all in favor?
I want to ask for comments.
Yeah, you should ask for comments.
Oh, yeah, comments from council.
I don't know this guy. I never heard of this person before. And I don't know if he is inciting violence or not. I mean, if he's inciting violence, that is something I support, that what Mr. Myers has said. But if he's not, this is a university, and I don't think people should be afraid to hear even the worst comments from despicable speakers at the university. But if he is in fact inciting violence, then I certainly agree with the motion.
Mr. Barlow, and then this, first let Mr. Barlow.
Okay, I just want to clarify that the statement that I'm making does not ask Penn State to do anything.
That's what?
Does not ask Penn State, that I'm asking you to approve, does not ask Penn State to do anything.
Oh, yeah.
Ms. Deanna? Is it? Or Janet? Yes, Janet.
Yes, I think that the whole point of what this guy is advocating is conversion therapy. And I would consider that to be violence.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Janet. Now, Teresa.
He is not just on the internet or social. He's on the pages of the local CDT, however inadequate it frequently is. He is known, even I am aware of him, he is known for violence and for hate everywhere. That is his, since he wants to be considered a comedian, shtick. It gets him paid by groups like the one that have invited him here. I do not know the men and women who invited him here, and I do not know their reasons, whether it is to hear other or because they are true believers. And quite honestly, it doesn't matter. I will stand up and say he has the right to say anything he wishes. I will also say that we have the right to boycott him. And we certainly have the right to say that what he is saying and what he is known for and what his topic are one against a local ordinance And two, as Janet put it, a form of violence and intimidation against a minority group within our larger community. So I agree with Mr. Barlow that this needs to be said. I hope that most of you will stay far away from him so he has the smallest, tiniest possible audience. And I hope that we will continue to stand for what is right as a community. It is easy to ignore individual speakers. It is not easy to ignore the damage they cause. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Any other comments from council? Okay, so I'm going to pass on comments from the public on this issue. And what is before us is a motion to support the statement made by President Barlow. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you. Motion passes. Now we'll move on to, well, let me just make one other comment here. And I'm not sure I heard you right, Evan, but if I did, I think it needs a comment. And that is, the representatives from Penn State did leave the meeting before the statement, but the statement was not on the agenda, and they had no way of knowing that we were going to discuss this. So had the statement actually been on the agenda, perhaps they may have had, I don't know, maybe I misheard you.
No, you didn't mishear me, but it was clearly stated why they were still here, that we were going to discuss the speech being given on the Penn State campus. And while it's true that maybe they weren't listening, it would seem as representatives of Penn State, they might have stuck around and hit their ear when they heard we were going to talk about Penn State. And very infrequently do we have the representatives from Penn State here, even though I think it would be nice to have them here and see what we're doing.
Well, I'm not so sure that I was that clear about the issue that I was asking to add to the agenda. So having said that, it's a question of interpretation, I suppose. So let's now move on to a resolution authorizing application for MTF shared use bike path grant. Mr. Fontaine.